Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, traders, and welcome to this live trading webinar today. Sorry, I'm just rearranging something here. So today is Wednesday, the 15th of February. I hope everyone have a great time so far. Did you guys celebrate yesterday? Do we have some Valentine's here? Maybe we can say happy name day for those who celebrate the Valentines. And for a reason I forget to ask you yesterday, I don't know why. Anyway, overall, I hope everyone is doing great. And let's get started. Just to make sure that everyone understands that this quantity is for general information only. There is no intention for personal recommendation and financial advice and all this stuff. So let's share the premium analytic screen. Good morning, Henry. Good morning, everyone. So Fed officials stress inflation fight isn't over. Well, the leaders of the New York and Philadelphia Federal Reserve Banks said they see inflation remaining above the central bank's 2% target this year, with the US avoiding a recession despite interest rate increases aimed at keeping price pressures in check. So they want to have high interest rates, but at the same time, they don't want to have a recession. And at the same time, they want to bring the inflation down to 2%. Okay, that's a 3-to-1. That's a good if they will achieve it. So another surprising news came today. Suspected Iranian weapons seized by US Navy may go to Ukraine. So the US military is considering sending Ukraine thousands of seized weapons and more than 1 million rounds of ammunition. Everything, it's great to support and all this stuff without taking places. We just read the news here. Okay, so everyone can make their own thoughts and their own outcomes based on this. Another news here: Boeing Airbus sell 470 planes to Air India in record deal. The airline said it has agreed to purchase 250 Airbus jet and 220 Boeing planes, surpassing a deal for 460 planes by American Airlines in 2011. So maybe it's worth having some look at the price of their shares. Maybe something is telling us that they're going to be appreciated. So Boeing and Airbus, we can have a look if you want. Louis Vuitton taps Pharrell Williams as next menswear designer. EU lawmakers vote to ban sale of new gasoline-powered cars from 2035. So 12 years left. Elon Musk gave 1.9 billion US dollars of Tesla shares to charity last year. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. How many millions of shares? Roughly 11.6 million shares last year. Fewer than he donated in 2021, adjusted for a 3-for-1 split in the company's share that took effect in 2022. The securities filing doesn't name any recipient for the donations. So we can have a look at Tesla shares as well. In regards to the calendar, based on this calendar here, It's going to be the trade balance event. So due to the time, I think it's most appropriate for Thursday early morning, 2 a.m. in Japan. Let's go to the charts. So hello guys, Raquel, Kyle, HB, Rumen, hello everyone. Yesterday, big surprise on the during the New York session, and we saw the US dollar gaining some strength. Remember, we said about the okay, let me go to the indices first. Instead of just mentioning, better to show it here on the screen. So guys, here we said that it's a possible area of price to push to the downside, but at the same time, maybe we're going to see some bullishness. We are ready for both plays here. That's the dollar index. You can see the market is moving sideways. There is in this in between this area of consolidation. That's a daily chart. So we will see if today we're going to break above or if we're going to find some rejection here. But highest probability is to see a breakout because this market had the opportunity 2 days ago with this bearish engulfing for the sellers to take control. Buyers, they stepped in again aggressively. They are maintaining this buying pressure we can see from the candlesticks here. And we expect to see some more push to the upside. If this is going to happen, let's have a look at the pound and the rest. So pound against the dollar, that's a daily chart. We marked this area of resistance. I think that was yesterday. The price false break that resistance. For order block traders, this order block here hold really, really well. Okay, although a tight stop above this high for, let's say, 4.5 pips, could stop out many traders. That's why it's more, it's suggested to use the ATR. It's a powerful tool that helps traders a lot. So some weakness, it's expected today on the majors. Remember to observe your charts carefully, especially if you are doing intraday trading. Here, this daily low is a strong, it's a strong support for the lower time frames activity. Let's move on to the euro against the dollar. Another rejection here. However, we are above this 50 moving average based on the recent price performance. The 50 moving average didn't hold quite well at this area, so we can see a continuation to the downside. That's normal. As we said, these are dynamic support and resistance areas. They are not exact areas or levels. Okay, they move with the price. On the 4-hour chart, we have this pattern here. So any break below here, maybe we can initiate some sell orders because the momentum can lead to the downside, and the next area of support is down here. So there is plenty of room. But remember, if you are intraday trading, you do have this obstacle here that you can't just ignore. Swiss franc against the dollar or dollar against the Swiss franc. Again, yesterday we had this rejection here. If we're going to break above, it's going to determine mainly by the strength of the US dollar rather than anything else. Australian dollar very weak, especially today. It's been aggressively on the sale side among all currencies. There is some room to move, but to be honest, this one here played off quite well during the Asian session. Already on the ATR, it's about 80 pips, so already gave the 80 pips, and that's what traders, they have to understand. So let me insert the ATR. Now, guys, we are on the daily chart, and the average true range for this pair is about 90 pips. It's already prior London Open, and this pair moved 92 pips. So, and that's what you have to understand. Let's say we initiate an order below the low of this candle, so we have a stop loss of 100 pips, but this particular pair already moved 60 pips by the time our order triggered. So what's the chances of this pair today to move all the way to 200 pips to give us a 2-to-1 and get out of the trade? That's very minimal. I hope you guys understand it, and from now on you can use it in your trading and combine the ATR, because it's the only tool that measures how much the currency pair moves in the most recent past. Kiwi is fighting around these areas here. If we're going to break below, we have few support levels here. If we're going to break below, I can see this coming all the way to this area before it decides to do anything else, if it's going to push to the upside, but it's really sideways, so nothing to comment on that. US dollar against the Canadian dollar, we retested the support, and the market, of course, it bounced back. It was this, I remember we commented weeks and weeks ago, but we didn't keep it on the chart. It was this order block area that acted as support when the price dipped into this. It just pushes to the upside. So USD against the Japanese yen. The price penetrated this area of resistance. So if we're going to have our new higher high hold, we can look for some trend following activities. So break of the trend line, price makes higher high, retest. Australian dollar false breakout, at least until this time. We are false breaking out this area. We don't know if it's going to hold or if it's going to just push to the upside during the London session. We'll see that. Euro at resistance, pound at resistance. We don't know if it's going to break out. Swiss franc, we said yesterday that the market, if it's going to hold above this, we can initiate some trades. Some trades could be initiated early this morning. I think most of us were sleeping, except a few traders in Australia and Asia that they joined the sessions. The Canadian dollar, finally, I think it was Ion or Kyle who asked yesterday about the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen, finally broke to the upside. Although we expect to have this break, and the next area of resistance, of course, it's going to be somewhere here, so we can keep our focus to this area. Maybe we can go down to the 1 hour chart and we can find some trend following patterns here, so we can trade it to the upside. Gold, of course, market discounts everything. Price action tells the truth. After these three small body candles, the market is just continued to the downside. Here is an area of support. We'll see what's going to happen there. Crude oil is just moving sideways, and gas, it's trying to create that round bottom, in my opinion. Silver is vigorously following the gold. The Bitcoin had this push yesterday, but it's very early to say if this is a new development of the uptrend. We have to see new higher highs and all this stuff. Euro aggressively is penetrating the previous highs on the daily chart of the Australian dollar. Also, at this area that we marked yesterday, the price touches and pushes to the upside on the euro against the JBP. Pound against the Swissy. We came at this support. So if you guys bought it here, remember the middle of the range. It's a good area to take your profits. So just keep an eye on that, because it's very low probability when we trade within the range. It is a low probability trading activity, so we have to act fast and decide whether we keep our trades open or we scale out, take some profits out of the table. Let's read some questions. Pound Swiss Rumen, we cover it now. You had told us before, but please remind me what software you use to draw on charts. Thank you. I do use the Zoom. So the Zoom, it's not a software. It's the annotation of the Zoom. So I don't use something else. Before I used to use the Epic Pen. That's how you can find it. It's a free software. Sorry, maybe you referred to that. Epic Pen. You can download it in both iOS MacBooks or on your Windows. Kyle, I was get a 2-1 on the CAD JPY yesterday. That's awesome. Before we go to indices, let's review the CAD JPY. Guys, when you have good trades or any trade you want to discuss, please put it there. Remember that this session it's made for you and not for anyone else. So, and especially you put your time, you dedicate to be live and not just to watch it recorded. So please make sure you ask questions and everything. So in which time frame did you, when you post about the currency pair, guys, result, or you want to see something, please specify the time frame as well. CAD JPY on the 4 hour. Thank you so much. Did you take anything from here down to this area? Did you take it with a price action reversal or just with a buy limit order? Can you have a look at the Euro Canadian dollar? Definitely. Euro CAD on the daily, it bounced from this support. It found some resistance here where we expected, but we don't see the market sell off yet. So again, if it's not going to sell off from here, I expect to see some move until this level here. You had a buy stop. Okay, let's go back to the CAD yen. You had a buy stop where? Above this candle? 40, no, it should be above this candle then. If you go 221. So you had a buy stop most likely here, yeah? Above the 8 a.m. candle. So let's go to the indices. DAX 40. Guys, yesterday I hosted a webinar. I talked about some Bollinger Bands. So if you want to find out more about Bollinger Bands, you can refer to the webinar. I'm sure the team will upload it today. So on the daily chart, we had this indecision. Then we go down to the 5-minute chart. And as I try to satisfy many of you with your trading, yeah, you are welcome. I put here the pivot points, and these are the 4-hour pivot points. So check the indicator list. You can change it from here, the value. By default, it's on D1, but you can change it on the 4-hour. So for today, let's check. This is so we are ready for the London Open. We have another 7 minutes to go. Let's check the FTSE. Um, 4-hour here. So on the 5 minutes, we had this 9 a.m. very strong candle. The market didn't really experience a strong sell-off. So maybe we're going to have some expansion here as well on the FTSE. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq. HV trades the Nasdaq quite actively. So here is the breakout for the Nasdaq, let's say, to the downside, if it's going to break to the downside. But for the DAX 40, here is the area. I'll go to the FTSE. Okay, cool. Okay, HV, that's okay. Guys, I will close the camera for just 1 minute. Excuse me for that. Oh, did anyone trade yesterday around the New York session? So for here, another 3 minutes left. Rumen on CPI news. Check the foot, see if it's going to break to the upside. We have some resistance here. The link to the education videos. So far, it's on the YouTube channel. And you go to the trading spotlight. Trading spotlight area. And you can find the recording, the webinars I've done. Also, there are very informative webinars made by Paul and by Jens. So we try to cover all trading styles here. Some people, they are more, they prefer more fundamental stuff. Other people, they prefer more price action and so on. So we try to cover everything pretty much. If we break above here, we can go easy to 20 pips. If we break below here, we can go to 10, S1. It's not even at 10, so we'll see where the market decided to go. Yeah, S&P 500 on the daily chart, it has this area of rejection. Of course, it's affected a lot by the performance of the US dollar. Let's face it. On the 4-hour chart, it's this trendless environment. But all of them, the Nasdaq, the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, they got rejected at some areas there. Let's check the FTSE. To the downside, it broke below here. Very, very aggressive break. FTSE still pushing lower. Weakness on the dollar always helps. Strength on the indices most of the times. That's not something very highly correlated among all time frames. So I have to understand that. How did you field in both? When we field in one trade, we supposed to cancel the other, right? Please remember that when you get filled, let's say the buy stop order got filled, we cancel the other one. We don't need to get filled in both sides. Okay, look, I got triggered here. The low of this candle, it's where my stop loss. If the price is going to touch us here, I'm going to be out of the trade. No hard feelings. Simple as that. Like I posted yesterday on the Telegram channel, it took about 1 hour until the trade plays out on the DAX. So we also need some patience in trading. Here is where we are currently. So we'll see what the market will do. And as we said a few times when we trade intraday, especially at the beginning, it's really useful to have the pivot points of the 4 hour. If you trade on the 5-minute chart, pivot points on the 4-hour chart, they are very useful because it tell us where, again, another dynamic areas of support and resistance are, and based on that we can project some targets, some stop losses. So when the price move from support 1 S1 to S2, we do expect to have some reaction at some point. So here from the S2, the price moved higher to the S1. Guys, 10 pips already played here. If you take your profits, interesting. Echo mentioned interesting news. Not so bad for JP, but FTSE goes down. That's true. Guys, it's already 13 points. I call it for the day. So another good trade on the London Open. I hope you took it. Rumen, I don't know why you got filled in both orders. Hold on. Did you trade the FTSE and you got filled in that, and then at the sale? That's the only thing makes sense. Okay, guys, I hope you had a great session again today. That's all from me. I wish everyone to have a happy trading day ahead if you're going to keep trading. And I look forward to see you again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you so much, and bye for now.